I've been a coach and personal trainer for over 15 years now. And one thing I've learned is the truths about what our industry actually does for humans. Now, it's amazing that we have humans out there willing to help others, develop them from strength and conditioning, mental health, physical health. The whole training community, its intention is health and building up humans. But the reality is, with the digital age and with all the accessibility to information, people have taken great advantage of this, in particular coaches and trainers. Now, one thing I'd like to discuss is the sales technique, the sales point. The accessibility to information now is ridiculous. Back in the day, 15 years ago, it was very hard to find programs and content, and you would have to do a lot of research, or you have to pay money for people to give that to you. But right now, you can get everything pretty much for free. You can find it, you can Google it, you can do a search, and all of a sudden you can find your own macros, your own program, your own training regime. All the information is readily available. But that's the problem, is that once everything became so readily accessible, more people out there started to try and create variances that were to be a sales pitch to the individual. Now, the sad reality is that people will manipulate the system and sell what's sexy. That's why the industry is so successful and people make so much money and they get Instagram famous or social media famous, is because they're willing to sell their soul. Now, being in the industry for that long, I have definitely not been willing to sell my soul, from products to programs to supplements to whatever it is. It's a fine line between thinking that something can make you a lot of money and can go against what you believe. And that's the problem with this industry, is that it's so open to so many people that there is no regulation to it. So you can find someone that's just come out of studies, all of a sudden they have a great physique, they have a great personality, they may not have the best knowledge, but they jump onto a product brand and they become a sponsor, and all of a sudden now they're famous, and all of a sudden everyone wants to take the advice from someone that looks a certain way. Doesn't mean they actually have the knowledge. Now, this is the reality of our industry. People look a certain way and people are promoted by certain people. There's so much money involved. Again, it's like the healthcare system on the other end. There is so much money involved that people will chase what looks sexy, what is being presented to them as the best or the only option or the fast track. But the reality is, it's all hard work. I've been in the industry for that long, and it takes hard work and it takes proper coaching. Now, there is a massive difference between programming and coaching. And another layer on top of that, mentoring, even another layer. Now, programming, very simple. You can find any program you want in the world. There are some of the best coaches in the world that have programmed for the best humans in the world, and their programs are available. Now, and for free too. The problem is that programming is all well and good. It's some numbers, some data on a piece of paper that tells you what to do, but it doesn't tell you, specifically you as the human, what to do. The difference between programming and programming is just that piece of paper. Coaching is the paper, but now with an intent to the individual that they're coaching or training. So when you're looking at a coach or a trainer, a personal trainer, giving you information, a lot of the time you're getting copy and paste. This is my general program for people that want to lose weight. This is my program that people want to get strong. Now, it's all well and good, but if that doesn't suit the individual, there is no point. Now, don't get me wrong. In the first few months, yes, you'll lose weight and you'll get strong and you'll build up and blah, 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 and all the progress happens, but it's all short term and there's nothing for longevity. And when you look for a coach for actual coaching, yes, it's going to be more expensive. Yes, it's going to be way more extensive in depth, and it's going to have an intent directly to the individual. Now, I get a lot of people all the time asking me, oh, Rash, can you please write me up a program to do blah, blah, blah? And it's not that simple. I'm not going to just give you a program. It's so easy. Within 30 seconds, I can write up a program on the top of my head. It is that easy. People are like, oh, but this person spent this time on my program. Programming is the easy part. The hard part is understanding the individual you are writing a program for, knowing more than just what their goal is in regards to strength or fitness or body composition, but understanding their mental health, understanding their physical capabilities, understanding their dysfunctions, imbalances, understanding the whole human, because that determines what you do for them in regards to their training, the movements, the frequency, how hard they can train, when they can train. Now, A lot of people look at a program as like, shit, I've got Monday to Sunday. These are all the days I need to train. This is what I need to do. And I need to tick the boxes. The problem is if you just become the person that checks the boxes, you are not doing the intent of the program. It may ask of something of you, and just because you did the task didn't mean you did it the way it was asked. It might need 100% out of you today, and today you're feeling like shit. A coach will edit that programming with a better intent to suit that person. We have to understand a human is always changing and is not a robot, so it's not this here's the data, go and do it. It's more about being pliable to the individual. So the tricky part here is when you are looking for programming and you are looking for a coach, it's not about the person who is the most famous, the person who sells the most or has the best athletes under their belt, because a lot of the time this is all promotion based, this is all money and sales. Again, you can have the person that's hidden away, quiet, knows exactly what they're doing, and can individualize and tailor something to you directly. It costs more, and it's going to be more feasible for you in the long run, and you're not going to waste your money because it will be something that you can adhere to for a longer period of time. The next layer is mentoring, and mentoring is where you practically get involved, where you start learning more above and beyond. What I see is when I coach, I mentor people. I don't just give them a program, and I don't just coach them and tell them what to do and how to do it, but I give them the tools so that they understand what it is they are doing and why they are doing it. And eventually they have this independence that they can actually train themselves. Now, it's not to say that they don't need a trainer or they don't need extra guidance, but it's to say that when they're in a position where they're potentially stuck or they're working towards something and they need a bit of assistance, they have the knowledge and the tools to do the work. They know the questions to ask, or they know that they can facilitate the change or the edits in their programming or on the day of how they feel themselves. And this becomes an independence that is needed within this coaching world. The problem is people are chasing coin. And as coaches, chasing coin and chasing fame, the sad realities, and I watched it over 15 years, someone that's been working their ass off for 15, 20, 30 years may not be Instagram famous, but may have thousands of successful clients that they do the work, they put in the effort, they get the results, and over the years they've accumulated this amazing brand, but it's on the private end. And then you have someone that's just jumped out of their 8-week course, they've got a banging body because that's how they've trained or that's what they've done, and everyone believes that everything they do is the way they need to do it. They sell the product, they sell the fat burner, they sell and they market themselves, and they're amazing at social media and they look brilliant, they're doing well, and now everyone's taking advice from them. And they're not telling you the reality of all the things that they are doing, how they got where they were. A lot of the time, and I look at it, it's funny, a lot of the time we look at young trainers that come into the industry that are still partying, that are on drugs, that are taking supplements or they're taking enhancers, and they're telling you that they do A, B, and C, and they don't show you everything else. And then you've got, a generation looking at them going, oh my God, I need to do this to be that. And the sad thing is it's not the truth. When it comes to the fitness industry, there is so much lying, there is so much manipulation, there is so much sales technique that will make you feel like what you're doing is incorrect because this person looks better than your trainer and this person knows exactly what they're doing because they have this athlete and blah, blah, blah. A lot of it is this, guys. So the reality is when you're looking for proper coaching, look for mentoring and coaching rather than a program. If you're only willing to pay for a program, you're not willing to work on yourself enough. And what is then your intent? Just to fill time, just to do something? Why don't you do it properly? Do it from the start properly. That's the whole point, is that if you get coached and you get guided and you get mentored, you're then not chasing your tail 3 years down the track going, fuck, I wish I learned that properly at the beginning. Start better. Start properly. Start with the correct intent and then grow and develop with those coaches and those mentors over time. One of my pet hates is when coaches sell you what you didn't want, but they did it so they trapped you in so they can keep you there for a long period of time and they can make money off it. If they don't have the knowledge or the tools, that's fine. Find people that do. Again, not all coaches are horrible out there. There are some amazing ones out there, some that are really putting out amazing content and amazing tools for learning, but there are a lot selling generic shit. And if you're buying into a generic program, it's all well and good, but it's not tailored to you. You can buy the program, then you need the mentoring and the coach to edit that for you. So Any good coach will be able to take any program you give them and edit that and modify it to you. If you want to do your ballet program or your powerlifting program, it doesn't matter. A good coach should be able to take your specialty program and go, hey, okay, bring it to me and I can edit, I can tweak, I can make you good for this program. I can make you able to do this. Remember, a coach needs to understand all aspects of the human, mentally, physically, emotionally. They also need to understand all sports, all movements, and all functions of the human body. So if they can understand that, it doesn't matter what program you give them. And if you enjoy that program, that's all well and good. Bring it to that coach, and that coach should be able to edit it for you and manipulate and tailor you and the program to each other to their best suit. That's what a good coach does. A good coach doesn't need to write you up the ultimate program and then sell it for $10 and sell it to everyone and say, oh, this works for everyone. No, they should be able to take any program, and that's something you might enjoy, and be able to edit it and tailor it and make you able to do anything. A good coach will help you understand the intent, and then we can start weeding out what is right and wrong for you. I think in the industry today, everyone wants a quick fix. Everyone wants what's easy. And I've been around that long that knows that if there was a quick fix, it'd be amazing, because then I would jump on that wagon because it would make me a lot of money and I could sit in the Bahamas resting. But the reality is there is no quick fix that actually works, and there is no way around selling your soul with the idea that you're going to do something good for humans. You're not. You can't, and the reality is you're gonna have to work hard. You're gonna have to help people understand they have to work hard. So if you're looking for a coach, please seek out people that are going to guide and mentor you, not just give you a piece of paper with numbers and with targets and with loads and with fancy exercises and tell you that, well, this is the best thing for you, and not edit it and make it tailored to your intent. Please do your homework, do your research. It is super important.